Welcome to your third lesson. This is on the 3 different types of rocks. So the first thing I want to check is your previous learning. So can you link the 3 main gases in the atmosphere to their percentages? So can you link up the gases to the percentages? You've got 10 seconds starting now. Right, let's see if you got these right. So nitrogen is 78%. Oxygen is 21, and that leaves carbon dioxide, which is 0.037%. So what we're going to be learning about today is we're going to describe the 3 main types of rocks and how they are formed. So you've covered this at Key Stage 3 using the rock cycle. So just thinking back using Solo, where are you at? So can you state one fact? Can you link together a few ideas? So where do you think you would be? Right, your 3 outcomes for today is we're going to recall the 3 main types of rock with examples, describe how each type of the 3 rocks are formed, and then link the size of the crystals and igneous rocks to how they are formed. So as you can see from the slide, we have 3 main types of rock. These are sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. So the examples of sedimentary are limestone and chalk. Example for metamorphic is marble, and the example for igneous is basalt and granite. So these are the ones that you need to learn. Right, sedimentary rocks, how are these formed? Sedimentary rocks are formed from layers of sediment. Over millions of years, the layers get buried under more layers, and the weight pressing down squeezes out the water. Fluids flowing through the sediment leave behind cement, and this holds the sediment together. So sedimentary rocks contain fossils and can also be eroded. And all eroded means is it can be broken up by wind, rain, or waves. The reason why sedimentary rocks contain fossils is that because there's not a lot of heat and not as much pressure, then the fossils can survive. And you can see from a quick diagram on the side how the formation of sedimentary rocks occurs. The next one is metamorphic. Metamorphic rocks, these are formed from other rocks. So heat from the Earth's core and pressure cause metamorphic rocks to form. The way I look at it is metamorphic is the word that means to change. So just think of a frog that metamorphosizes from a tadpole to a frog. And this is exactly the same with rocks. So it starts off with a sedimentary rock, such as limestone or chalk. And when this has got heat and pressure, it then turns into marble. And you can model this using a cheese toastie. And I'll quickly go through that. So if you put a slice of bread, then cheese, ham, and another slice of bread, you make a cheese sandwich. So you have these layers, and these represent sedimentary rocks. If you heat and add pressure by placing it into a toasting machine, it then changes to a toastie. So it's then formed the metamorphic rock. So quick learning check. What I want you to do is quickly pause now and see if you can answer these 2 questions. Right, the first question is recall the 3 main types of rocks with examples. So we have sedimentary, which is chalk and limestone, metamorphic, which is marble, and igneous, which is basalt and granite. And the next one is describe how metamorphic rocks are formed with an example. So heat and pressure change sedimentary rock to metamorphic. An example is limestone turning into marble. Right, the third type of rock is igneous rocks. Igneous rocks form when magma pushes up into the surface of the Earth. It cools and turns into a solid. Igneous rocks are made of crystals, and the size of the crystal depends on how quickly it cools. So the slower it cools, the larger the crystal size. Granite is an example of a type of igneous rock. So extrusive rocks, these are on the outside which have cooled very quickly, and intrusive rocks, as you can see from the diagram, are inside, and these cool a lot more slowly, and because they cool slower, they have larger crystals. So an extended question. Have a quick go at this. Set yourself 4 minutes. So can you explain how igneous rocks are formed and why different types of igneous rock have different crystal sizes? And then you'd get 1 extra mark. That's the same with your extended questions for your spelling, punctuation, and grammar. So please pause now. Right, let's have a quick go at assessing your work. So the first one, your keywords are along the top, and you need to be able to have spelt these correctly. So if you've spelt these correctly, you've included capital letters, full stops, correct use of commas, etc., then you'll get the extra mark. So the first one is igneous rocks are formed when molten magma cools and solidifies. Then intrusive rocks form within the ground and cool slowly, giving more time for large crystals to form. Extrusive rocks are formed once the magma bursts through the surface and cool quickly, resulting in small crystals. And then just check through your spellings, and then you should be able to give yourself a mark out of 4. So that is the end of the lesson. So what we've decided to do today was to describe the 3 main types of rock and how they are formed. So look back and think back to where you were at the beginning of the revision. Where are you now? Can you justify why you have moved on? What have you learned? Write this down. And quick recap of your outcomes is, can you recall the 3 types of rocks with examples? So very quickly, if you can write these down. Describe how each of the 3 types of rocks are formed. Think through this. And then can you link the size of crystals in igneous rocks to how they are formed? So well done, you've just completed your 3rd lesson on the 3 types of rocks.